Good evening, everybody. Uh, Welcome to Tuesday Night Shadowrun Shenanigans. I'm Bob, your GM, and we're running through the Chicago Missions arc for Shadowrun 5e. We are uh, firmly in the middle of Season 7. We're hopefully going to conclude mission 0704, Do No Harm, this week. So previously on Chicago Missions, the team was hired to ruin this guy's life, Clay Foster, and they definitely set about doing that. There was an automobile accident in which KO jumped in front of Clay's car. Granted, it wasn't a very nice car to begin with, but it's definitely a shenanigan. There was uh, some trafficking in, shall we say, stale body parts. As Gertrude went to the Crypt Kickers, Harry and the Crypt Kickers, and got their leftovers from the bottom of their crisper tray, which is where things go to not be crisp anymore. And they hid those under the house. So there should be a pungent smell developing in that house in short order. And then finally, there was the Whisper campaign that Mather began last time. And so we pick up maybe the next morning, because there was definitely a break for the evening, as I think KO was kind of disgusted with some of the ongoing shenanigans.
Just a little bit.
So that brings us to the three of you. And we'll put KO in the back seat for now. And she can be called upon if she's needed. But
all right, so if we need someone killed, got it.
Yes. So that is a question I asked when I posted it to Facebook today: is are the runners just going to give up and murder this guy? The jury's still out. You do have one more domain that needs to be hit, and that is Clay's work. And then after that, you have one more bonus round you need to do.
Okay.
So we'll open the next morning, late morning, early afternoon, whenever you guys gather.
All right.
So we know about this guy's work. This is Novotech, right?
Neotech.
Neonet.
Neonet.
Too many
megacorps.
Yeah, too many megacorps.
All the poor people would agree. Yes.
Yeah, and you drove by there just to get a sense for the outside of the facility. And it is a generic office building that has a fenced around parking lot. And there's a visitor's lot outside the fence line.
Do we know what they do in that building?
Not really. It's called the Neonet Naperville Telework Facility. And the most you've been able to find out so far is if you consider the early 2020s, we're doing telework now, but the megacorps didn't like people not being in an office, and so they made a place for people to go to telework from there.
Middle managers. I see.
It's middle work.
You don't have to come to the office, but you can't stay home.
You have to go to an office.
All right.
Okay. So when do we want to show up?
I'm trying to figure out what it is that we would possibly do. And I'm not a hacker. I'm not good with
Yeah, you don't have a hacker anymore.
Well,
I think I let you by with a little bit, Frodo, last time.
yeah. I
Uh,
mean, like
because
I
you
can dabble, but I'm
because
not much expert.
technically you can't hack without an attack or sleaze rating on your device.
Oh, well, then yeah, no, I'm useless. I ain't got shit.
So usually you can't hack from an RCC unless it's been modified to have an attack or a sleaze rating.
So, would it be helpful for you, Frodo, if we went somewhere to get you a deck, even if it's not a really good one?
Ooh, yeah, yeah. Let's ride on by the Maker Collective and see if we can scrounge up.
Because
All right.
I can't computer, but I know that you can you at least know how to turn one on.
But
I
Dr.
mean, you typically just have to think about it.
Dr. Gertrude is just swimming in cash. I've heard that about medical.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know who would deny that? Someone swimming in cash.
I mean, they got to protect
I
their
think
assets,
I'll
right?
spend all my money on snacks and guns for y'all.
Or a very junior doctor who's also swimming in student loans.
Mhm.
I've seen the snacks. No one's bought me a gun. I have this one. My little tiny.
You think you think you have seen no fewer than 3 under various seats inside of Darcy.
Oh,
Yeah, they're Gary's predators, at least under
They're
a
all
couple.
predators. So
well, they're very fearsome looking, but they're not nearly as fashionable. So
that's right. They're all big and blocky and not nearly as dainty as the one you carry.
exactly.
Yeah, they're on the fancy instead of the functional side.
Exactly.
They are no Eason.
Correct.
The fancy functional dichotomy. We had a discussion of that pre-stream. What would it look like to have something that is both fancy and functional?
I guess the question is, what can we do to this man at his work that will? Because my experience, corporations, and I have some, is that they really don't care what you do so long as you don't hurt the business or try to escape or have individual thought. So he has a corporate assigned wife, or a wife at very least, one that they approve of. They probably have hackers that would make it very easy. It might be easy for them to figure out what we do if we plant evidence that he's doing something that would harm the company.
So, are you asking? So, are you saying that we should try to spike his work? Is that what you're saying? Like, delete his files or corrupt some to damage his output or the company's?
Well, I'm trying to think of how we can hurt the company in a way that makes it look like he did.
Mhm.
But none of us are hackers, though obviously you have more skill than either I or the good doctor or KO in this arena. But I'm not sure how well it would stand up, and that's really the biggest concern.
Yeah.
Um, if he were late to work chronically, for example, or to have an affair with someone at work, that might, well, they probably wouldn't care too much about that. Depends on who he had an affair with, I suppose. Let me noodle on it and let's go ahead and move forward on the hacker business.
Alrighty.
I have a great deal of trust in you. I've ridden in your automobile, so
Yeah, don't have too much trust in me yet. I mean,
So you pull up to the Maker Collective Refurbishing Center, owned by Truman Tech, a proud subsidiary of Horizon.
cool beans.
That sign still doesn't sit right with you.
I remember when this was all independent people
Mhm.
making shady deals, not the court making shady deals.
Those were the days.
yeah. So we walk up and I see the Horizon. I sort of dip my head and touch my eye like I just had a spasm in it, and I go, "Well, how did I ever miss this place? What a delight! Let's go in." and I'll try not to hate everything about it.
Sounds like a plan. So I'll get out of Andy, lock it, and then
Okay.
start making my way into the Makers Collective, trying to find a pretty cheap deck. Even though I know pretty cheap decks are
Oof.
still really expensive.
A
Yeah,
cheap deck.
yeah.
That is a rough order to fill.
Yeah.
As I start looking at decks here, hang on a second. Where are my decks? Here we go. Decks. Yep. Yeah. So you don't. I mean, they're not actually. Yeah, there are some just sitting out. They're in the sort of restricted case. There is uh, a little shop, electronic shop in the back. That basically straight out says Horizon Electronics.
All right. Uh, I'll make my way towards Horizon, I guess.
Hello there. How can I help you?
Oh, hey, what's going on? I'm in need of a deck.
And of course your I'm going to need to see your SIN and your license.
Oh yeah, about that. I left those in the car. Yeah, I definitely do not want to give him my. Okay, so I'm gonna roll on out. And I'm gonna be like, hey,
So,
change of plans. I think we're gonna have to steal a deck or find someone to do this job. Because damn, giving up my sin.
Can I call Quantum Princess?
sure.
So I would like to call her to see if she has any spares lying around or knows where we can get one. It's not through
Spares?
official corp channels.
Spares lying around.
Look, I know ghouls that have spare body parts lying, like what people just have in their basement.
Yes, but cyber decks are more expensive than body parts.
That is true.
They are.
They are. Um, Let me see here what I have laying around. And of course, I'm trying to do an accent. I'm doing horribly at it, but that's okay. Um,
I
yeah.
like it, Bob.
So yes, this one will do. I think. What do you? Well, you're not looking to hack some major megacorp host, are you?
I don't think so. We're looking for a little bit of mayhem on a very local level.
And what price range are you looking for? Something in the tens of thousands, something in the hundreds of thousands?
Definitely the tens of thousands is going to be more our speed than the hundreds of thousands. So on that side of things.
Yes, so those questions are very important. I can, I do have I do have a micro deck. Yes, the summit is it'll work for some things, and I can it is slightly used,
That is more than okay.
and I can part with it for 40,000.
Frodo, how you feeling?
Uh, I don't have 40,000. That's how I'm feeling. So how about 20,000 and in a favor?
20,000 in a favor. Why don't you make a negotiation test?
Hey, hey, what's going on, Mather? You're up.
So when he turns to look at me, I go, now think about what you're doing, Frodo. You are a highly member of this team, but more importantly, a highly valued rigger. Do you really want to do just any old favor for 20K?
I mean,
I mean, he'll accept the favor for 20 in lieu of the 20K. Let's go bananas here. This is a very highly valued member of our team. Con roll.
So you are stepping in to make the con roll?
Yeah.
So it's a negotiation test.
Oh, negotiation. Sorry.
Not con.
Sorry.
Unless you were lying, and Frodo's not valuable.
First of all, second of all, yeah.
Because that is a lie. Frodo is absolutely a very valuable member of our team. So that is not a lie. That is what I meant to say.
Doing slightly better than last week.
So you're proposing that you provide this favor?
No, I'm proposing that he provide this favor. Oh, well, you know what? Sure. I'm game.
Very well.
Before we go any further, I don't kill people. Killing people is the least interesting thing you could ever do. It's the end of sensation. It's the end of fear. It's the end of love. It's the end of hope. It's the end of hopelessness. I'll break somebody's soul, their mind, destroy their lives, charm someone out of their pants, steal something for you, but I don't kill people unless I absolutely have to.
Well, you're preaching to the choir here. I have no use for wet work.
Oh, all right, sweet.
Very well.
So 20,000 and a favor to be named later. Done.
Yeah. Boom. Okay. So what kind of deck was it?
It is a micro deck summit.
And I pull out a cred stick and I hand you, Jen. I hand Gertie 6K on a cred stick.
Okay.
And then I will send 14. Here you go.
Well, you keep 4 of that. I'll put 4 in.
Okay.
So the 2 of us will cover 10, and then you can cover 10, and we can work out the difference later.
And then you can wrestle KO for the rest of it when we see her.
I think I'm gonna lose that.
I get the film rights.
Do I get to use tech?
I don't care what you do, so long as I get to film it.
About that action.
Typing some stats into the chat box here. There we go. There are the stats for the deck. For those not reading along, it is a low end deck. It is device rating 1. Its attribute array is 4331. It can load 1 program, and it currently has 2 boxes of matrix damage. Those could be
slightly used.
Yes, she did say it was slightly used. You think those could be repaired potentially, but they are not currently repaired.
Okay.
Well, if you want to continue in a future state with this sort of thing, we can always pay to have that done whenever it's necessary, or just find someone we know.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. At some point, I might have to just call Fee and see if she can just talk me through fixing it. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think we can roll as is, right? Right. We're not trying to. I'm not trying to hack the planet. I'm not trying to pull a swordfish or anything.
So, so she asks for a location. She says, I'll drone dash it over to you."
We'll come to you. How about that?
All right. Yeah, come to the pizza place.
So I'll definitely do that.
Verification.
All right. So yeah, make my way out to the car, hop on in, and make our way down to the pizza shop.
All right. So you make your way to Chicago's own pizzeria, where there is that lovely smell of real pizza products and not soy.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Real
Pizza
meat, real
products that
cheese, real
made me
sauce,
think it was
real
you were
sauce.
lying to me. Okay.
Don't ask where the meat and the milk came from, and you'll be fine.
Oh, I hope it's tabby cheese.
So you pick up your deck and slide over 20K worth of cred sticks.
Thank you so much for the deck. Do you have our numbers?
Of course I do.
Okay, just making sure, making sure. Uh, yeah. So what happened to the deck? Like I see it's kind of scuffed up a little bit.
I did explain that it was slightly used.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just trying to see if this is not going to come back to me, right? It looks like this has been in a fight,
No,
right?
so it's not going to come back to you.
Okay.
I have at least scrubbed that.
All right.
But it is, this is a, shall we say, starter deck.
Alrighty. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, we really appreciate the short notice on this.
Sure.
All right. Until next time.
Yes, until next time, she looks at Mather.
We give her a little wink and just go, "Oh, you," and go. I look at the deck, I shake it a minute, and I go, "Yeah, I suppose that'll do."
All right, so you enjoy some pizza and then you depart the facility.
All right. So, what am I doing with this thing again? He says, looking to the party.
Oh dear, I'd hoped you'd know.
Okay.
Well, now we have the ability to like change his timesheets or
Okay.
mess up his reporting reports, whatever corporate people do with their spreadsheets and such.
Wait, I have an idea. What if we send an electronic mail from him to another corporation saying something about
Corporate espionage.
I've considered your offer and I'm make it sound like a whatever in their electronic.
You're cutting out for me.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
I didn't
sorry.
hear any of what you just said,
Oh,
unfortunately.
please. Is this better?
Yes.
So far, yeah.
All right. So I'll start over. Break in, send an electronic mail, some other corporation. Very happy considering their offer, but make them sound less interesting because I don't send.
You are still cutting out.
I am still cutting out.
Yeah.
One second. Hold please while an IT guy does IT things.
So we have regathered. Are you sort of just driving around, or are you back at near his house, or are you sort of parked near work?
I would say park near work. I would change my chameleon coding to a different like. I'll just have it scrolling random ads as we're sitting outside his car,
Okay.
outside work, or something like that.
So
And
not ads for the Billy Berserker show.
absolutely, I mean that'll be on one of the scrolls. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But ads, you know, as we plan this out. So what are well, we're gonna change his TPS reports. Is that what you were saying?
I thought perhaps send a message from his machine that is suspect, that perhaps is going to an adversary of their company.
Oh, okay. Uh, like he got like a crazy offer from like Horizon or something like that.
Yes, I don't know who. I suppose any corporation would do. Neonet, to my knowledge, is an important one. I don't really keep up with that sort of thing, but
Alrighty.
so and Horizon is, well, aside from soul sucking and completely immoral, is apparently very very popular. They always
Alright.
look for new talent, so they say.
Sounds good to me. Uh, so I'm going to start hacking, and as he's saying this, I'm going to start like I'm like dictating what Mather's saying and like trying to typing it up in the email, and like, all right, uh, dear Mister, what's his name again?
Clay Foster.
Dear Mister Foster,
Oh no,
we're glad to have you.
make it to Clay. Make it so that it's been personal.
Okay,
I love.
Clay.
I was delighted by our last week. Don't use Horizon. I know it's me. Let's see. Um, I was thrilled at our last meeting. I discussed our future endeavors together.
Alrighty, cool beans. Got it. What rolls would you like me to make, Bob? And let's see how terribly
See,
this happens.
so how are you planting it? Are you like are you just spoofing a is it Horizon, or are you picking another megacorp to spoof?
Let's go with Horizon.
All right. Excellent.
I look straight up into the sky when he starts doing it, and I back up like 20 feet. I don't know if that's going to work, but if they like annihilate you from orbit, I'd like to get no more than.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
With their cameras on, this is my good side.
So you'll need a spoof command, which means you're going to need a mark. So you'll have to do a hack first. So hack on the fly.
Okay.
So that attribute array you get to allocate as you'd like among the 4 attributes: attack, sleaze, data processing, and firewall.
It seems like attack should just be going full attack right now, right?
So are you going? So full attack would be brute force.
Alrighty.
Hack on the fly would be sleaze.
All right.
And it depends on how covert you want to be. Because brute force is just that, it's brute force.
Okay, yeah, no, let's go with sleaze. Let's be sleazy.
Okay. So go ahead and make a hacking plus logic test.
Alrighty.
And the limit's going to be 4 because you're setting sleaze to the 4.
And then some modifiers is 4, right?
No. So the maximum number of hits you can keep is 4. That's the limit. That's all. That's all the attributes do on the deck. Is it set they set the limits for your hacking dice rolls.
Gotcha. Now roll. Did it come through?
I haven't seen it yet. And where are you hacking to send this? Are you just sending it, basically sending it to his email and?
Yeah, I'll just send it to his email and like, did I catch like any names of like his superiors or anything in his
So
his
you
itinerary?
caught. So you did hack his comm link last time,
Yeah.
and so you probably got that one of his work meetings is and there's a superior's name on there, or someone who you think is a superior.
Yeah, I will BCC him on it.
So all right, so I need to. Oh, there's your hacking roll. I see now. All right.
I got 4. Look at that. It's
You got
fate.
the four you could keep, and I need to make. This is going to be. So you do indeed have the mark, and now you need a spoof command. Still using sleaze, but this is a hacking plus intuition test.
Oh, this is now intuition. Okay. Ooh. Let me look at these bennies. Oh, I'll use an edge on that. I'll roll that.
All right. So you can just go ahead and hit reroll on that, and I'll take off the last hit. Oof. Or the last die, rather. So took off the last die. You have 3 hits versus 2, so that is just enough
Okay.
because you have to beat it. So you have sent an email, and since Mather was helping you craft that email, I would like Mather to make a corporate etiquette test.
Mather would be happy to make a corporate. Except he doesn't have it.
You have etiquette skill, right?
Oh, that's right. That's an active skill. I was looking at knowledge. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. So I guess I was. Yeah. So it's etiquette skill with. You may or may not have the corporate.
There we go.
Okay. Very good.
Sorry, I'm dancing back and forth between 6th and 5th edition and can't remember how to do it.
Yep. I am all too familiar with that problem. Let's see. Okay, so you have crafted an email, and Frodo, you have emailed it to Clay Foster and BCC'd someone you think is the boss. And with that etiquette roll, you also know, Mather, that that is probably either his first or second level supervisor. It is someone he meets with. He sort of checks in at the beginning of the day, and then he has had a meeting with him once per week. So probably first level supervisor.
All right. Do you think that'll be enough to fuck his day up?
I don't think we want to over egg the pudding. And also that she said that she wanted us to do 5 things over 4 categories. Well, this counts as one of. Therefore, I don't want to. If we make it look too much like we're trying to do something, people will realize we're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, less is more sometimes. I get you. I get you.
Unless you're me, and then just 211 all the time.
Alrighty. So what do now?
So it's relatively early in the day, and you've done your one act for the day.
All right, I'm gonna chill here and start quilting, take a nap. You guys let me know if you need
Just
anything.
just
My
keep sitting
job's done.
just keep sitting in his work visitor's lot,
Well,
Yeah.
or is this like
we could do something else. We could go and get that deck repaired. And then we
Ooh.
don't have to do it later.
I mean, you're right. Sure. He like reluctantly puts his needles down and he's like, okay, let's go fix this. All right, so what would you like me to look, Bob? I'm not a decker. What would I need to do to fix this deck?
so? Do you have the hardware skill?
Uh, Software. I do have hardware.
It would be a hardware test. Hardware plus logic.
I'll go ahead and use a NERP.
Okay. Yeah. So with 5 hits, you have enough spare parts in your hardware shop or your hardware kit. Um, you're able to replace. You have to replace some of the memory. Um, it takes you a good part of the day because you've repaired RCCs before. It's a little different from repairing a deck, but not catastrophically so. But it
All
does
right.
take you the better part of the day.
All right, I'll be over here soldering some wires together and zip zap and doop dopped. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing in my
Okay.
in my cocoon for a little bit, guys. He's like,
And what are the other two of you doing?
Well, we've got the rest of the day. Would you like to go get something to eat? Would you like to do some drugs?
You know that I would like to do one of those things.
Drugs.
No. No. But I would be happy to go get some food and bring some back for Frodo, since he's putting in all this work.
So are you sitting in the front seat, Mather? Or are you sitting in the back of Darcy?
Is KO in the front seat, even though she's not here?
You could have beat her to the front seat since she's not here.
Front seat. I'll let Amber deal with that. That's a future me problem.
All right.
Oh, I know why KO likes to sit in the front. It's very cushy, and also you can see over the dashboard like a grown up. It's great.
So while you're thinking about seeing over the dashboard, the display sort of heads up display pops up, and it is a PowerPoint presentation by Gertrude that talks about the hazards of doing drugs.
Is there a pause button? I want to be
No.
prepared.
There is not a pause button.
Okay, I'll try and pay attention. I put a line on my finger and just like.
Nor did you see Gertrude hit a button anywhere.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I try and pay attention while I'm putting a line of Nova Coke on my finger and just like blasting it, and I'm like, all right, now I'm ready.
So as you do that, there's a break test that takes place, and you go.
Still good. Half a line is better than none. Anyway, on with the show.
Oh my.
Anything worth doing is worth doing badly.
And you see in the PowerPoints, I mean, you're not paying attention that much, but you do recognize the back door of Darcy as a large orc boot is kicking it open. And you see somebody who looks like Billy Berserker jumping out. Maybe you've watched that show, maybe you haven't, but you've certainly seen the ads on Frodo's vehicle.
Oh, as established in the first episode, Mather pretends like he's never heard of Billy Berserker, but has every episode recorded.
Okay.
So So I look behind me to see if the famed William D. Berserker Esquire is like busting into the van right now.
He's not.
Who is this fellow here? And why is he kicking in the door to your van? To Darcy.
There was some drugs involved, and he decided that he needed to no longer be inside the van and did not wait for anyone to unlock or open the door, so he made his own door, and Darcy is still upset about it.
Ah, so this is a cautionary tale of why we don't do drugs unless we're cool. Is that correct?
There is no qualifier. Mather drugs aren't cool.
So your sentence, "Why we don't do drugs unless we're cool," pops up on the heads-up display, and then a big red line is drawn through unless you're cool.
That's fine. You're right. I'm cool, and drugs are cool. I've learned my lesson, Doctor.
This may require a very special PowerPoint.
Do you have one on red mescaline? Because I do.
I have one on how to treat overdoses. I don't think that's what you wanted.
No, you just usually ride those out. Your heart either stops or it doesn't. If it doesn't, you keep rolling. That's pretty much it. Besides, I got one that calms down heartbeats too if they get wild. It's great.
I feel like we're gonna have to put you in the smuggling compartment with the PowerPoint so that you can continue the anti-drug education.
See, the first part sounded a little exciting, and then you put me in there with a PowerPoint, and it was less exciting.
What can I say? I'm less exciting.
You're delightful. Also, you did all this. Fantastic. You lost a great chance to have a career in animation of a really boring sort.
So we'll go grab some Nugget burgers so I can bring some back to Frodo, since we've been leaning into Taco Temple very heavily last couple episodes.
You got to spread around the
yeah, gotta spread around the IPs.
The fictional product placement.
Right, exactly.
Now you should do a PowerPoint on Nugget burgers. That's what'll kill you, not drugs.
Oh, fast food will absolutely kill you.
This episode brought to you by Nugget Burgers.
Yeah.
So did they happen to make soy burgers still kill you in the future? I guess it's the bread that'll get you, right? Not necessarily the meat.
How else will corporations sell you medicine if they don't make you sick first?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's all soy.
Real life, or is it Shadowrun?
Even the bread is soy? Soy bread?
Soy
Unless
bread?
it's krill.
It's krill.
You can have your soy burger on a krill bun, sure. Yeah. Is that what you'd like, Frodo?
Yeah, sure, but you gotta drown it in cheese.
Well, I mean, soy cheese has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Like almost 100 years at this point.
Damn, yeah.
I mean, come on. Have you ever had real cheese?
Old cheese that doesn't sound too appetizing. The fresher, the better.
This is all I've ever known. I don't know about the rest of you who've had these exotic things that are not this. I've had this and things that, well, sort of things like what we had the other day, you and I.
Okay.
We just
The
had
tabby tots.
pizza. Also your street meat, which may or may not be healthier than the soy burgers. I'm still unsure.
It has a certain earthiness that reminds me of my child.
That is not the same as healthiness.
Neither is
I mean, it is street to table.
With all due respect to Amber, perhaps it's best not to dwell too much on fictional food products.
Chris, look what you did.
I can't help it.
So Mather and I will drive around having philosophical disagreements on drugs are bad, and sacks of fast food to bring back for Frodo.
Very good. So you stop by Nuka Burger, going through the drive-through. And so that'll waste away a good chunk of the afternoon, while Frodo completes his repairs.
Zip zap zoop 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 zoop. All right, it looks
Ow.
brand new. Shiny. Now,
Doesn't even have duct tape on it.
right? I totally thought I was gonna have to use some of that Gorilla Tape, but hey, yeah, it's not that. It's just not that much different than the drones in RCC that I tinker around with.
You see, I knew you could do it. Also, we brought you back some Nuke Burger.
Oh, why? Thank you. Did you guys get hot sauce? I know I didn't ask for it, but
Of course, we have hot sauce.
I knew you were my people.
Life is about sensations.
It is.
Yeah, there's like the sort of your basic hot sauce, and then they put in a few packets of the Nuke sauce.
There you go.
It's the real reason to go to Nuka Burger is for the Nuka sauce.
The Nuke sauce.
Yes, the real crime is not the krill buns or the soy meat. It's the fact that they put mayonnaise on things.
That's the thing that survived into the 2077 or whatever is mayo.
Egg, I guess I don't.
That's awesome. Soy everything.
If there's one thing I could say about my fictional world, there is no such thing as mayonnaise.
Eason's gonna lose us half our viewers by talking about it.
Icy taste of mayonnaise.
Awesome.
Anyway, yeah. So you enjoy or not your Nuke burgers. And you now have a fully functional.
For Amber, who is not here, I will make a composure test. She always makes us make composure tests.
So it's a body plus willpower test. You know what? You can make it. You can make it a composure test. Sure.
Nuke burger.
I don't know. She's always making us do it, right? Every time someone eats something,
she's always
like,
calling for it.
Test.
I want them to make a composure test to see how well this food sits with them. Granted, this is not real food, and so you're kind of used to this.
All right, cool beans.
With 2 hits, you've probably had enough Nuke sauce that you're okay with it.
Yeah, hits the spot. Thank you so much. What do I owe you?
Tish Tosh. She paid for it. I don't. Maybe she
That's part of what I do is make sure that everyone is fed.
Aren't you fairly wholesome? The feeding and the medicing and the lecturing and.
And people just walk up to my sword. It's very strange.
That's how murders happen. Anyway,
Alrighty. All right, so I got it all fixed up. So what are we gonna plan on doing tomorrow?
No, that's a good question. Let's see. Let's take a look at our listing, shall we? I'll pull it out. So we've leaned on Janet, which is the mess with the marriage part, I suppose. Mess with home life. You put the stinky things underneath the house, and now we have sent a message. And what am I missing? What was the other one? Is that it?
And KO got hit by a car.
KO got hit by a car.
Which I assume is also messing with his work life. It made him late and watching.
With his life. So that counts as him. So, in fact, you have a couple of these are slow burns. But if everything you've done here burns successfully, you have messed with each of the 4 domains once.
Yes.
And so your 5th act could be a wild card.
Hmm.
Do you need to go back and check up on your whispers?
I'll go back and make sure that my that people are avoiding Janet. So let's just drive by there and see what kind of business she's doing.
Makes sense.
Go ahead and make a we'll call this a con plus edge test.
To con the people in the car to go with me. I don't know. Let's see.
No,
Con-
I'm trying to gauge how well your whisper campaign has worked so far.
Well, that's going to be. Two hits.
And dice, wow. Okay. You think the crowd is smaller, but there are still plenty of people going in.
What's the smallest drone you have?
I have Noiskitos. I have Kenmushis.
All right, something a little bit bigger, like bigger than a bug, but smaller than a house cat. Something that we could fill with roaches.
Okay, let's see.
And release into the building.
I don't have roaches all up in my gear, but let's see what I got. I have mosquitoes. I have smart firing platforms. I was saving up the money for to get more drones.
Yeah.
That we used on the.
Well, I suppose we could do it the old-fashioned way, just break in and dump roaches everywhere. But that's so pedestrian.
What's the top of the building look like?
Let's see. So it's.
Is it a standalone building or is it part of a?
It's part of a sort of a. It's one of these sort of shopping villages, like the outdoor village sort of thing, where it's got like the shops are lined up like row houses. And as you look at them, it kind of looks like these are renovated row houses. So it's essentially, in this case, you think it's like restaurant on the bottom and some sort of I don't know, maybe it's a storage area, maybe it's a loft upstairs. But it's got sort of the peaked roof that it shares with the rest of the row.
I don't know if you can drop bugs into ventilation shafts. I'm very into ventilation shafts this adventure, apparently.
I mean, I guess I could just sneak a mosquito in there and just have it set off and have people run out.
Alternatively, I could cause everyone inside that building to fear, despair, have amorous feelings about one another, rage, run from the building in terror. Oh,
Ooh.
What are we feeling?
Could you do like an anonymous tip to local media?
That.
I think we could, yeah.
Oh, that there were roaches in there? Oh, so we're avoiding the part where I would cause a riot inside the building. Okay, cool. I didn't want to presume that riot was off the table, but or love in. We could have gone any which way you guys wanted to go.
Oh, we could The Camushis look like roaches.
Do you have like 1,000,000 of them we can just let loose in there?
I think I have like 4 or 5. Or wait. No, I have 2. Never mind.
And they're a fair bit more expensive than roaches.
Yes. True.
I don't know what's the roach per pound price in Shadowrun. So I mean, we could notify some local media people. I'm not sure how much of it's local. It'd probably be Horizon, but or subsidiary thereof.
Although, didn't you send that email to Horizon?
I did. No, from Horizon.
Okay.
It was
but if
from Horizon.
But if news people are involved, it's some sort of corporate news, and Horizon just happens to be a big one.
Well, right. I was thinking that if he gets an email that's supposed to be from Horizon, and then Horizon shows up to report on his wife's restaurant, that might look suspicious. Whether they're reporting on roaches or a glowing review of how good the salads are.
All right, fine. I'll walk in and cause panic. So Bob, I'm going to cast Mob Mode.
Okay.
Which is a AOE version of control emotion, and you can. So the subject feels the emotion wholeheartedly, yada yada yada. But if I perform a conduct an action, oh no, never mind. That's opposed to the emotion. Never mind. So yeah. So I'm going to wander in there like I'm going to eat at the bistro. I even take a seat, kind of thing. And after my order is taken or not taken, whatever, I'm sitting there, I yell, "Roach," and then cast my spell.
I'm recording this.
And I, and I hum a few bars of I put a spell on you to center myself and tighten up my driving gloves. And
So you're just gonna randomly say roach and then cast the spell.
yes.
Okay. So go ahead and cast. Oh, there it is. Right.
Woo. All right. I take 6 stun doing that one.
Wow.
So I'm assuming that's not the entire building is making 5 successes, right?
Right. This is sort of an average roll. It does, however, indicate that you're not affecting everybody with this.
Right.
So this sort of mass of people rolls in that neighborhood. You do see some of them sort of look over and gasp, and a couple of them, or a few of them, in sort of disgust, they throw their napkins down and walk out.
Yeah, fear and disgust is the feeling I'm trying to give everybody in the building.
Yep. You do get the sense it doesn't work on everybody, but it does definitely cause a ruckus.
No, that was ultimately the desire there. Well, I look very tired, and then I also just like horrifiedly, I'll never come back here again, and neither will any of the rest of us. Goodbye, and just go out, climb in the van, and then stop sustaining the spell.
Okay.
Woo!
So
And
how'd it
with
go?
and
Oh
with that,
well, I probably was more exuberant than I should have been, and I've got a bit of a nosebleed, but it's nothing that a little hit of jazz or something won't fix.
Fantastic.
All
and
right,
then
there you
as
go,
as you get into the van and you're looking at the heads up display, it does the heads up display does flash up. Uh, the Valkyrie module is vacant.
I look over and I go, something about Valkyrie's vacancies. I don't understand. What am I being told here?
So that you could go rest in the Valkyrie module if you like.
You know, I could use a nap. That's not out of line. I pat myself down and pull out some red mescaline, which will put me back to sleep. And I go back to the.
Oh my gosh.
You don't even need to make me roll addiction rolls, Bob, because I'm just going to keep doing it.
All right. So with that interesting set of life choices, we've crossed the 9 o'clock hour, and so we'll leave Eason to stew in his character's life choices as we go to our 10-minute break.
Cool
Let's see. So I'll flash up. Let's see. If you want to help our players out, Eason really didn't roll as well as he needed to. So please feel free to give some gifts to our players.
Please feel free to remind me that I have gifts already that I should have used. That was it's not a habit of.
And with that, we'll take our 10-minute break, and we'll see you then. And welcome back. So we pick up the following day after Mather has caused a ruckus at Janet's Bistro, doubling down on the roach problem that may or may not exist there.
All right, we have one more wild cardy sort of thing to do. Let's get weird with it. What do you guys think?
I was already being weird with it. I don't know how much more weird I can be.
I mean, I guess we could send the cops to check under his house. He would have a time explaining those body parts.
You know, I don't hate that idea.
But part of me just hates snitching.
But is it snitching if you did it yourself?
Yes, that's called framing. That's a completely different set of things.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it is framing. Yeah, we're not snitching. All right, yeah, we could do
You
this.
didn't do it, we did it.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we told Lone Star that we did it, then we're snitches. But if we tell him that he did it, then it's falsehood. And I love those. They're great. They're my favorite thing.
Yeah, all right. I'm about that action. I mean, if you guys are, or are we going too far? Or are we literally out to ruin this man's life? Like ruin it?
We're ruining it so that if he's prepared to take this other offer, his life will go on. It will probably go on without dear Janet because, as our Johnson said, she does not have a need for the wife. But, you know, the heart will go on. It will find something akin to love, or drugs along the way. There are two kinds of people in this world, darling. You and I and the doctor here are charming. He's tedious. Those are the two types of people. And just, he works for an evil mega corporation. It's not like he gets up in the morning and pets puppies and hands out candy to children. I mean, he might do that too, but at the end of the day, he's corporate scum. So he gets what he deserves. That's what gets me to go to bed at night, really. That's about it.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Are we agreed? We're gonna send the Lodestar under the crawl space.
Well, the doctor thought it was a great idea, and she's pure as driven snow. So I think if she's in, then it must be the right choice.
Okay. I would like to spoof a call. Like I want the 2770 version of like a Surfshark or a VPN type deal or whatever it's going on. They say like I'm calling from not my car. Like
What do you do these days to spoof a call?
yeah.
I mean, you're good with this, right, Doc?
Well, they're not gonna. We have a deadline, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, what would be the alternative? We'd have to wait for. What time of year is it, Bob?
Oh, let's see. Did I say what time of year it was? It is probably we'll say August. So it's nice and hot and muggy in Chicago.
So, I mean, it would get smelly pretty quickly. This would just accelerate it.
We did have that witness next door, but I think I've distracted her enough that we don't need to worry about it.
All right. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna send Lone Star that general direction.
So you're leaving an anonymous tip that there's a body under the house. Is that right?
Something. I don't know what's under the house. It smells like something's dead under there. Like I don't like. Can we have someone come check that out?
How about call animal control? And then when they find people, they call Lone Star.
Ah, there's a dead tabby under the
We
house.
smell
Like what?
something. It's probably a dead animal.
All
This
right,
house
all right.
is rank with the smells of dead things. And just as why did you call animal control? Well, I assumed that it was an animal.
That makes sense. All righty. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna call animal control.
All right, and you are sort of concealing your signal.
Yes.
Let's see. So this is
Booting up my Surfshark.
so you're essentially doing that from a hidden icon. That's what I'm looking for. Here we go. So they're gonna make a test against your logic plus sleaze.
Okay, no, my sleeves is 4.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's what we set it up for. All right. So logic plus 4.
Okay.
Aha. Got 4.
So they read you back the address, and it's the one you're trying to send them to. Dead animal under the house. You say that's basically what you said, right?
Pretty much something's dead under there. And I'm assuming it's like a raccoon or a cat or something like that.
We'll send someone right out.
Doctor, can you
And
take
make
us?
sure Elf's okay.
Doctor, can you take
Actually,
us
Make
no,
sure.
do not.
where we can?
Do not. Yeah, never mind. That's definitely the wrong move. Yeah, don't say Elf. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can find somewhere that's close enough without being suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
So
Don't
somewhere
be
for what purpose? To watch?
Yeah, Mather wants to watch the chaos.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, I suppose you could send a mosquito, whatever it is, over there, something camera-y that is small to watch, maybe, and we could do it from much farther away, but it sort of lacks
yeah.
a certain something.
I mean, if you want to be there, I mean, we can make that happen, my friend. Like I could just spoof my car to look like something else, or at least have a different paint job or whatnot. We can watch the fireworks.
See, this is why we're friends.
Alrighty. So now my car is now looking like I know a cable company instead of what was it last time? We were AC.
Yeah, your HVAC last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was precisely how you got close enough to plant said body parts.
So yeah. Boom.
And now we're 2 days later. So are we taking both vehicles?
Oh, come on, Doctor. Why don't you ride along in the fancy one? There's nothing wrong with Darcy, but she's not very supple.
I mean, she's an ambulance, so I'll park her a couple of blocks away from where we're gonna be so that if we need her, she's close enough that I can go get her.
Okay.
But I feel like 2 vans would be suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As it was that night.
Yes.
You don't need to worry about anybody robbing her or anything. This is
Right.
white collar.
So
Excuse you. I always worry about Darcy's safety.
Except that one time we didn't. She went wild across the city.
so the three of you pile into the this is the hauler, Nissan hauler. And you sort of roll up, you're sort of down the street. You're kind of parked in front of the house that that feedback mentioned was for sale. But you can see down the street and you can see the Foster residence. And yeah, so by the time you get there, there is a van, Bulldog step van that's marked animal control. Which is odd enough given that I mean, you're not in the CZ, but it's odd enough given that given what Chicago's been through. So it's another sign that Chicago may be on the mend, that there are these sorts of services abound. So yeah, you see the animal control van there, and you see a couple of guys in coveralls, sort of making a once around the property, and one of them is on his comlink.
Oh, here they go.
And within 3-4 minutes, a Lone Star car pulls up with its lights going. It's not blasting its sirens, but the lights are on, and it pulls up into the Foster driveway. At this point, both Fosters are away from the house. It's probably mid-morning by now. And you see the the guy in coveralls who was on this comm link goes to meet the officers and sort of leads them around to where you guys planted the body parts. And then one of them clicks on his comm link, and you see him making a call. And maybe 15, 20 minutes later, one of those Lone Star crime scene vans pulls up. And then you see a couple of people step out of that crime scene van wearing white coveralls, white booties, and white hat, and carrying a case. And they walk around to talk with the Lone Star officers, and they start essentially collecting samples.
Yeah, I'm definitely recording this.
Well, I am awash with emotions. Nova Coke, anyone? No? Just me?
Oh no, I'm good.
Yeah, so so how long are you just watching the entire show?
So how you feel? How you feeling over here, guys?
You're going to have to drive me away from this. I won't. I won't relent on my own. I'm ready to go whenever you are, but I'm just.
Yeah, we maybe don't want to be close by in case somebody left some sort of uh, genetic material behind.
Oh dear, what did you people do down there?
I was thinking more like hairs, that sort of thing.
Oh, so
okay.
I didn't know what you thought I was implying.
Mhm.
Alrighty, I'm gonna
my.
start slowly backing up as this is going on. No, actually, no. I'm just gonna drive off. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Go ahead and make a driving test for me.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna start heading towards Darcy. Oh, go for it.
okay. So as you drive off, you do see uh, one of the Lone Star officers sort of looks up and looks at your vehicle as you drive off. But you get out of sight, and they don't really pursue you.
Okay.
So then once you get out of sight, presumably at some point you like turn the corner or go under a bridge or something and change the chameleon coating and spoof kit,
Yeah.
and it's no longer the same vehicle.
All right. I think we're.
And so you meet back up at Darcy.
Alrighty. Uh, so what do we just check the news and make sure that they end up there, or they end up in jail or whatnot? I mean, I know that they're already at the house, but
I feel like we need to call the Johnson and let them know what's going on. They may have other resources that we don't for like checking in on stuff or whatever. See that it was effective.
all right, sounds good to me.
She's
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Maggie Goldberg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, you were all hired by her.
Yeah, I'll give her a call.
Progress already.
Yeah, we hit all of the requirements that you asked, or at least gave it a good shot. So Lone Star is at the house right now with a crime scene unit. investigating body parts that were found under the house.
I was
Neither go on.
I was quite clear. No fatalities.
These were other people.
You're not making me feel any better.
They were already dead, and they were just gonna go to waste anyway. We didn't kill
Let's meet for dinner.
them.
Gather your team at where we met, the Open Enclave. I'll have it catered, and you can deliver your report. I look forward to seeing what has resulted from your activities.
Okay. And I assume we establish a time and
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll say like 6 p.m. It's currently, like I said, it's like mid-morning. It's probably 11 o'clock now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna drop her off at Darcy. I'm gonna take a nap before we get there. I've been up all night and fiddling and hacking and whatnot. I need to take a nap.
No, that sounds delightful. I do enjoy a good nap, so I will do the same thing.
All right.
All right, sounds good.
I climb in the Valkyrie module without permission. You know, this is terribly comfortable, Doctor.
it's supposed to be.
So you did have a night's sleep last night, so your stun boxes are healed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's sweet. I was mostly trying to do that just to give him also a chance to. I know he was messing, crippling his nose. I didn't know if we actually got a long night's rest. Sweet.
So do you have anything else you want to do before this meeting?
Oh yeah, you have a shower, right, in Darcy?
I have a chemical wash. Would you like an?
Yeah, that works. Oh,
I mean, I also have an actual shower at my home. If you would like an actual shower.
is your shower wheelchair accessible?
It's troll sized, so I'm gonna say probably.
Perfect. Alrighty. All right, yeah, that works.
All right.
I haven't had a shower in a couple days.
So you guys drive to Gertrude's place.
I've been dying to see the inside of your home.
And so, if you want to describe Gertrude's home to everybody.
Yeah, so the garage is doubles as a small medical bay, mostly for like cuts and bruises, sprained ankles, that sort of thing. And there is a separate area for Darcy. And inside is what I like to call granny chic. It's all mismatched overstuffed furniture with large floral prints. There are doilies everywhere. And everything is troll sized, so the furniture seems extra large. And plates and like dishes are all mismatched of all outdated prints that looks like she may have been building a collection like one plate at a time from all sorts of different places to build a full like 8-piece set.
Do you have doilies?
Yes. But like doilies like on the arms of the sofas kind of doilies.
I knew right where you're going.
Granny chic.
I go in and I find a big comfy chair and climb up there.
And it spoke to me as like the collector's plate set.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Elvis plate and the Neil Armstrong plate and whoever you like plates.
And all from different collections. Like it's not like a bunch of singers plates. It's one singer plate, and then and the glasses are all different colors and sizes.
Perfect.
And the shower is a shower, so it's not like a tub shower combo.
Alrighty.
And sure enough, it is a larger shower, so you are able to roll in. Or does your chair hover, or does it roll?
It's a steed, so it rolls and then it
It
has
does roll.
legs.
Yeah. Okay. It is able to move into. It is. It's quite capable of maneuvering into the shower.
Cool beans. Yeah. I'll go ahead and wash up
Okay.
and yeah, pick
And
up my fro and then come on downstairs.
Darcy would ask if you needed like a chair or anything like that in the shower to make things easier for you. Whatever you would need, she'd be happy to try and accommodate.
I'm gonna go ahead and say he showers in the chair. I don't. I think I have no idea. Yeah, he showers in the chair. There we go.
Fair enough.
Doing that, I make a pot of tea. I assume you have tea.
Of course.
So you have tea, and Frodo has a shower.
Oh, smell. You gotta wash all that tabby tot grease and ghoul juice and all that jazz off of me. Yeah.
Awesome. So you end up back where you started this mission at the Open Enclave. As a reminder, this is it's like a former apartment building where the rooms have been sort of revamped into uh, short duration offices, essentially, or office suites. Most of these places are rented by the day, but somehow you've been told to go to the same suite that you had started this mission at 1308.
And it's only just because.
And so you get to 1308, and the bodyguard opens the door, shows you in, and sure enough, there's a long conference table that is pretty much filled uh, with catering from various places. Uh, nothing terribly high end though. So there's plenty of Taco Temple. There's plenty of Nugget Burger. There's plenty of McHugh's. Uh, there's some Meat King there. There are plenty of stuffers, genuine Stuffer Shack brand stuffers.
All
I'm
right.
terribly disappointed until I see the microwavable faux bean burrito
Yep.
from Stuffer Shack. I'm like, ooh, canapes.
Oh, have you tried it with the nougat sauce?
Of course. Do I appear to be a savage to you in some way?
No. Just trying to look out for you, brother.
I appreciate it, my friend.
Oh yeah. So
Oh,
I'm
you
definitely
have
eating one of everything. Yeah.
all right. Start eating, and uh, so you've done some interesting things. I did receive a call this about an hour ago. So I'm going to have to cut this meeting short because I am quite pleased with your efforts. Apparently, Mr. Foster was detained in connection to the reports of human body parts under his house that have not been identified yet. But he called me to accept my offer to get him off the hook. So well done.
We did it.
You did it. Mission accomplished. And so with that, she lays out the cred sticks for your payment. She says, "Enjoy the buffet."
Well, thank you. I reach across, slide the money into my pocket. My money. There you go.
And she and the bodyguard leave. They leave you with the buffet and your pay.
All righty. Uh, did anybody bring a bag? Because we could totally like scoop up a lot of these little stuffers, like keep them for later.
Check the trash can. Lift the
Yeah,
bag in
yeah.
there.
Go ahead and make a perception test.
Who is making this test?
Who would like to make this test?
Good enough for me. Me.
All right. So with 2 hits, you don't have much trouble finding. There's a drawer that's sort of on the wall, or there's like a small chest that is against the wall of that dining room, and you open one of the drawers, and it's full of bags.
All right. So we're
Uh,
gonna we're
and
gonna give some to the.
they all have the right markings that you have hit the jackpot. These are the bags that the buffet was brought here in.
It is fate. Yeah, we gotta start scooping up anything that's not gonna just bleed through the bag immediately or anything
Okay,
like that.
so you scoop up you bag everything that you think will survive bagging, and you eat the rest. Is that my
Yeah.
understanding?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make a composure test.
I hope I fail it. I hope I fail it so bad. It's gonna be hilarious.
You feel a rumbling a little bit.
Oh
Like
God.
maybe you ate too much. You feel like you ate too much food and not enough nougat sauce, because the nougat sauce was prepackaged. So you were just throwing that in the bag and not putting enough on the food.
Alrighty. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, runners got to eat now. That eaters got to run. Bye.
So with that, you gather up all the uneaten food and you make your way out. So that will end mission 0704. I will give you some karma, and you got some money uh, later on. And unfortunately, I guess unless you guys have things you want to do, we'll wrap up early unless you have something you want to do.
Yeah, I just need to take care of the bubble guts. That's all Frodo's doing.
I find an excuse to go over to Gertrude's house so I can sit on that cushy furniture some more.
Okay.
How about I need to use that shower twice?
As long as you don't mind the neighborhood kids running in and out, that's fine.
Go ahead and give them some of this stuff or stuff. Tell them to put the sauce on it, though.
Oh, you have neighborhood children?
Yeah.
Well, I love children. Their minds are open to all sorts of possibilities.
Yeah, they maybe shouldn't come over while you're here.
Children are unrepentantly themselves. Adults are always of someone else's opinion. They never do that. That's just mimicry. Children are delightful because they don't hold back what they're thinking or feeling or wanting to do.
All right. So with that bit of philosophy, we'll wrap up. I'll ask. We'll go around the table, and if anybody has announcements they want to make. I do see that Mr. Berserker has placed in the chat a link to the Kickstarter for Nocturne by Night. Please do go and support that. And the other is an in-game thing. Watch for more reporting on the shenanigans for Shadowrun. So we'll go around the table. Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I play Gertrude and sometimes Darcy. And I also run the Geek Forge, which is the super cool ad that you saw during the commercial break. And we are in full swing for Halloween season. We make cosplay accessories and great things for costumes. So we do have a deadline coming up if you want to get your stuff in time for Halloween. That you need to place your order by October 22nd to make sure that it gets to you in time if you are within the United States or Canada. Um, so, yep, that's my big announcement is get your orders in now.
Chris?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, your boy, Chris, and I played Frodo for you today. And sometime soon we'll be coming back with Saturday mornings at in Avernus, and I play Lion there. I have no crazy announcements to promote anything myself, but yeah, this shit's awesome. Keep watching it. Yeah.
Ethan.
Yeah, I'm Eason, Mr. Vimes in the chat. I do whatever Jen tells me to do at the Geek Forge. And I played Mather tonight, and tomorrow on Shadowrun 6, you'll see me on here playing my troll gunslinger, and Jen will be playing her face. So tune in for that.
Oh yeah, face is a class. Like Jen will be playing her face. I'm like, of course she always plays her face.
And I'm Bob, your GM. I also GM on Thursday nights over on Gen Con TV, the Emerald Glitch campaign for Shadowrun 6. Let's see, we are off this week, but do join us on Gen Con TV for One Shot Week. And so I will see you next Tuesday when we will have a new cast member, and I think Amber will be back as well. So we'll have a full crew of 5 runners for the next mission.
We'll see how long that lasts, but yes.
Until we have a TPK.
Wait, what?
Don't get Billy excited.
I know, right?
But Billy is just dying to kick down some doors again. So with that, thank you to everybody for joining us. Thank you to the cast for making it fun. And thank you to Jesse for running tech for us, keeping us on track.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, thanks everybody. See you next time.
Much love.
Adios.
Thank you.
Thanks,
No,
Jen.
no. Thank you.
Super fun.
Yeah,
was
Bob,
good.
don't leave it open-ended like that. Eason and I will fill the time. Don't worry.
Yeah. We are trained to vamp.
We're still live. Oh, the stream.